Well, g'day, Flatties and reality defenders. This is the legendary critical thing from down under. Thank you. Today's day 6 of the 3 Bitcoin challenge. And here's something else Dave says about the challenge.
Okay, people are like, you got to have your Bitcoin in escrow, you got to have a contract. No, I don't. Okay, my honor, right? Before you go, well, how do I know you're going to pay? My reputation, my everything is on it. Like, if I don't pay, then, I've ruined everything.
So who actually believes this? Maybe he's telling the truth. If he's telling the truth, I'm going to score 3 Bitcoin. How likely is that? I know a lot of you think this is extremely unlikely. But anyway, let's see how this turns out. Today's featured video is one that's on Banjo's channel. And, it's 18 minutes something long. It's got 5k views, 5 days old. 5k views, that's a lot of views for a load of bollocks. How do they get 5k views? Geez, you guys need to up the view count for my videos. It's embarrassing that this one gets 5k views and people are watching this stuff and getting brainwashed by it. So we need to get our act together and up our game. Yes, sir. So how do we do that? Like and subscribe. Yes, that's help. Like and subscribe. If you can, contribute to the GoFundMe. This is all I got here. This is what I do now. And I spent a lot of money in Antarctica to bring you a lot of content. And thanks to all those people that have contributed. That's fantastic. And if you can spare a few bucks, I really would appreciate it. And finally, the link to the final experiments is also in the description. Now, when this is complete, this will be how you can combat some of this disinformation with that list of videos. Right, so let's get it on with the video. So what we see here is so this is a TikTok clip. Why can't these satellites in orbit show the truth about these drones? So I guess they're talking about these mysterious drone sightings in New Jersey or wherever, and I don't know the full story of it, but I think it was a bit of a storm in a teacup, really. But anyway, let's see what this person has to say about that.
So they don't know where these drones are or where they're from. Listen, are you still believing in the globe model? Because I just have a question. Just a question. The United States alone has over 11,000 satellites in orbit, with over 25,000 worldwide, along with ISS and EOS that actually have video recording of the Earth in real time. Research it. Why can't they get that surveillance from them?
So why can't they get the surveillance to look at these drones from 11,000 odd satellites? Most of them don't have cameras. And then you've got ISS, which has a live feed. Yes, but the resolution is no good there. And the best resolution available on any public satellite is about 1 pixel per 30 centimetres. So it's going to be a difficult job to track a drone with that. And while the military may have classified satellites that could do resolution better than that, they'd never tell you about it. You'd never know. So you don't know, you can't tell. So the whole argument here is, if satellites exist, why didn't they use them to solve the mystery of the drones? Well, that's hardly any earth-shattering proof of flat Earth. We already know satellites exist by many other pieces of evidence. So this here, a hypothetical question and a speculation is hardly any evidence or proof of flat Earth. But anyway, that's what we got. Let's carry on.
Someone's lying. Can you guess who?
Have you ever?
Yes, flat earthers. I've already told you, flat earthers lie. Here's another example coming up right here.
Above us is truly made of. Let's talk about the mystery of sky ice, frozen oxygen that just might be the key to understanding the firmament and the...
No. The firmament doesn't exist. It's never been measured, never been photographed. No evidence of the firmament exists. So they have to make stuff up. That's another form of lie. And in this case, they make stuff up about some mythical substance called, what was it? Sky ice. Right, I asked me mate ChatGPT about this. Now, ChatGPT suggests that the term sky ice has been popularised in speculative and fringe theories about Antarctica and flat earthers and conspiracy theories and pseudo-scientific ideas. So, sky ice is a mysterious blue-coloured ice found deep in Antarctica with alleged unusual properties such as not melting at normal temperatures, blah, 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 blah. In scientific terms, the concept of sky ice does not align with any recognised geological or meteorological phenomena. In other words, that's just making stuff up. That's a lie. However, there are other types of ice in Antarctica that could inspire such myths. Well, maybe. The blue ice. We landed on the blue ice runway, and Antarctica has super cooled ice. But from what I've seen, the whole sky ice idea is just complete bollocks made up by someone, and then, as the flat earthers do, they see something that suits their narrative and they copy it without doing any fact-checking. So then that gets propagated from TikToker to YouTuber to TikToker to YouTuber. They all think it's real because it's copied from one bogus source. So this idea is often arises in speculative narratives such as those about hidden civilizations, alien structures, secret government. In other words, bollocks. So that's the idea of sky ice. And this guy here has seen this somewhere on some Flattie or conspiratard video, and he's just repeating it. So he's not done any fact-checking. He just wants to believe it, so therefore he can repeat it.
Genesis 1, 6-8, the Bible speaks of the firmament dividing the waters above from the water.
Again, the fallacy of using the Bible as a science book. I'm sorry, I don't accept that. That's not proof of anything.
It wasn't just a metaphor. What if the firmament was a physical barrier that researchers have claimed to have encountered in Antarctica? Deep in Antarctica, researchers have discovered what they call sky ice.
This is a lie. No, they have not. There's no evidence of this.
It's said to evaporate when removed from its natural environment, and it appears to regenerate when tampered with, making it impossible to dig through. Many flat earth researchers believe that Antarctica isn't a continent.
Yeah, that's an oxymoron, really, flat earth researchers. They couldn't research their way out of a wet paper bag. So whatever they believe doesn't matter. It's the facts that matter.
Giant ice ring surrounding our flat plane. According to some accounts, those who have tried to dig through the ice ring encounter the sky ice. It's a frozen, oxygen-rich substance that prevents further exploration. It's almost...
Again, none of this is true.
What lies beyond. Researchers allegedly tried to bring this sky ice back to America to analyze it further, but it would evaporate before they could ever get it back. And
that's pretty stupid. So I've used the word allegedly to cover up the fact that he's propagating a lie. And if researchers knew about this substance that somehow evaporates because they talk about it might be frozen oxygen, and of course it would evaporate, why would they be why wouldn't they just research it on the spot instead of trying to transport it? But anyway, that's a minor point.
The frozen oxygen is a sky blue. So imagining that our environment is filled with oxygen and that oxygen is constantly rising.
Who said the oxygen is constantly rising? Where'd you get that from? Got a citation? Probably not.
There are so cold that the oxygen is continually freezing and regenerating our
Oh, so the oxygen's the only thing that rises, and it's so cold up there, the oxygen turns to ice. Oh, sorry, I forgot to look up what the temperature for freezing oxygen is, but anyway, this seems like a load of bollocks. Just a minute. I'll look this up. Okay, I just took time out to look this up. So oxygen freezes at minus 200 and something degrees centigrade, and the upper atmosphere is about minus 120. So none of this is true, as usual.
Out there that make it so obvious that we are living under some kind of dome. Here's another one I found interesting. Why is the sky blue? Frozen oxygen.
Why is the sky blue? First, another in this series, we had another flat earther that was thinking it was because of the water on top of the dome, and now this guy's saying it's because of the frozen oxygen in the sky. No, it's just the natural result of sunlight scattering in the atmosphere. So everybody knows why this sky is blue, except flat earthers, apparently.
Even in Job, he mentions the firmament and it looking like molten looking glass. So amazing how these radiant blue pillars appear in Antarctica. There's streams of this crystal clear blue water in Antarctica. Could this be liquid oxygen? I think this...
No, it could not. You don't need to worry about that. No, it's not liquid oxygen. Nope.
What they call sky ice raises some profound questions. I believe this is a part of the Creator's intelligent design, creating a regenerating system to keep us protected under the firmament. The answers have...
You can believe what you want. The rest of us will go by science. Okay, you can take your Bible and you can believe what you like, but don't conflate this with actual scientific evidence and fact. Okay? Just please state in your future videos that this is just some rubbish that you've pulled out of your rear end and should not be taken seriously. You should put that disclaimer on everything you do.
And we are just now making these discoveries in modern times. NASA has been...
No, we're not. We're not making those discoveries. It's just people making stuff up. Phew. What have we got here now? NASA has been deceiving us for decades. Oh, my God. Where's your evidence? We've already seen some of this so-called deception. It's just a narrative with no evidence. All right? I've never seen any evidence that NASA is deceiving us. And then they try to claim, oh, we're wasting all this money on NASA. This is pathetic. Anyway, let's go.
And it's time to wake up. Starting with their logo, the red swoosh is a serpent's tongue. As someone who follows Christ Jesus and seeks the truth, I've come to realize that NASA is a master of deception.
Well, aren't you mistaken? Aren't you an idiot? You can believe what you like, but, the facts are different. Sorry about that.
First off, their countdown. You know how they say T minus, and then they start counting down? Look at this. NASA is Satan minus the T.
Oh, wow. Yeah, right. Well, that makes a lot of sense. That's proof. 100% proof that NASA is deceiving. Yes. Look at that. The letters NASA. And if you take those letters and add a T, you can rearrange the letters to form Satan. That's the best proof I've ever seen. Of course. Why didn't I think of that?
Satan. The word NASA in Hebrew means to deceive.
Apparently that's not correct either. It's for people who know about Hebrew. So that's not correct either. Got to lie to Flav.
Deceive. Every image of Earth that they give us is CGI fakery.
Prove it. No. Prove it. This is just something you say. No proof exists for that statement. Everything is CGI fakery. But what he's showing there is the picture taken from the Discover satellite. And you can say it's CGI, but you have no proof. And there are plenty of people in this world, good scientists, good, honest scientists, that have no barrow to push in terms of biblical verses, that know that this is not CGI. And you have no proof that it is.
Of the moon passing over the Earth. You notice how there's never any stars in these images?
Oh my goodness, just a minute. Oi, there's no stars in the image. Why would there be? Do you know anything about exposure, anything like that? If you're trying to take a picture like that, the stars are not going to be bright enough to appear. Oh, come on, this is basic stuff.
These images of all these galaxies are simulated, and even this supposed image of Earth from the moon, no stars. Where are all the stars at? Beyond that, the moon landing was definitely a hoax. No way.
No, the moon landings happened. You know, there's so much evidence that the moon landings actually happened. So much physical evidence, so much scientific evidence, so many eyewitness accounts, so much evidence to be found, so many photographs. So when you say there's no evidence or it's evidence of it's faked, I doubt whether you've got any evidence of it being faked. And I know that you make stuff up because I went to Antarctica and people are saying it was fake. People are saying that what I saw in Antarctica with my own eyes and several cameras, they're saying it's fake. They do that. They say that about everything they cannot accept. When the facts dispute the narrative, it's apparently fake. What kind of game is this? Why does people fall for this rubbish?
We made these trinkets. Apparently, it was a high level.
How would you know? You didn't build them. You don't know they're not capable of that.
Stanley Kubrick.
No, it's nothing to do with Stanley Kubrick or Hollywood production. Oh, good Lord.
We haven't been back to the moon since then. Apparently, we lost the technology.
No. We're developing new technology. Okay? You're not going to try and go back to the moon with the technology of the 60s. Let's be a little bit real about this, huh?
It's engineering marvel. Look at that thing. Their satellites aren't in orbit. They're actually suspended from helium balloons.
What? Why are these people allowed to go on with such bollocks? They just say stuff. They just lie. Of course there are satellites. People can photograph them or photograph the light coming off them. You can see them blink out when they go behind the shadow of the Earth in the equinox. Oh, you can track them, right? People track them. There are organisations that keep track of every satellite in the sky. Oh dear. So they can have objects that are suspended from helium balloons. That doesn't mean that satellites are suspended from helium balloons.
Consumer of helium on the planet. Here's some pictures. People find these satellites with balloons still attached to them. Here's another one they found in the forest with a balloon attached to it.
Okay, so they do launch balloons. So how is that evidence that satellites don't exist? It's not.
Math adds up to 66,600 mile per hour orbit, 66.6 degree Earth tilt. All this deception costs us billions of dollars every year. So far, we've spent well over $601 billion for deception.
Another look at NASA's budget.
It looks like we're at least around $25 billion a year. We're paying a lot of money for deception. Christ Jesus told us to seek the truth. The Bible describes the Earth as fixed and immovable.
Don't use the Bible as a science book. Sorry.
Infinite space. NASA's lies are a part of a bigger plan to turn people away from God, to make us feel like a small speck in infinite space.
No, just no. Right? This is some kind of crazy narrative that's put out probably by these people that feel inferior. They feel that they should be important. Now, yes, you can believe in a creator, but why does the Earth being a globe make you feel insignificant? I'm thinking that there's something wrong with your religious beliefs, right? We just need to show this. You cannot prove one. Show the curve. Yep, we've shown the curve. You're wrong on the first count. Show a real picture of Earth from space. Yeah, we've got those every day. Prove evolution. I don't care about proving evolution. Prove gravity. Just jump out of the nearest 10th story window. You can prove it for yourself. Prove we're spinning on an axis. Yeah, I've done that. Prove we're orbiting the sun. Well, some people can do that. Prove we're hurling through space. Yeah, we've done all observations are congruent with these things of orbiting the sun and hurling through space. All the math's been done. All the observations have been done. Plenty of experiments. Plenty of science. So you prove that we're not. How about that? The Big Bang. I don't care about the Big Bang. Prove the universe is expanding. Well, that's the current scientific thought. Prove the distance. I guess you're saying distance to the sun. That's not too difficult. Blah, 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 blah. Anyway, let's do what?
Prove the Big Bang. You can't prove that the universe is expanding. We can't prove the distance to the sun or the moon.
Oh, this is just all complete and utter rubbish. Let's see what else he's got. Oh, this is a new one, is it? A new dude. Let's see. Because sick of that guy.
Super chill dude decided to jump from outer space, the Red Bull space jump. But there's something really familiar about this Red Bull space jump, something almost flat. Because if you pay attention to the video and just slow it down, there's multiple sections where the Earth appears to be a donut. It's constantly shape-shifting, like ditto.
Oh, the guy doesn't understand how a fisheye lens works. Oh man, you are dumb. What? Oh man, you are one dumb son of a whatever.
But of course the Earth is a globe. It might also be ditto from Pokemon, because that looks like convex Earth to me. Is the Earth convex? Is it
Fancy putting your stupidity on public display like that. That's crazy business.
shapes? Or are they using some sort of weird camera manipulation to make the Earth appear to be a globe? But of course I'm making all of this up. The Red Bull space jump is 100% legit, and I've never known for large powerful companies to lie about anything in all of history.
What's he trying to make out like that space jump never happened just because they use a fisheye lens and he doesn't understand how a fisheye lens works? Right. Crazy.
We know that rich people are extremely honest in the way that they make their money. We know this, and we've always known this. So of course this video was for entertainment purposes only, but of course the Earth is a giant, massive, shape-shifting ditto Pokemon donut.
Is the Chinese government just a bunch of flirvers? Here's some footage from the Chinese spacewalks recently. They're putting out flat Earth propaganda now? Everybody knows you can't use a regular camera in space. You have to do the fisheye lens. These people are obviously trying to push some kind of agenda.
What? I can't work this one out.
Clearly it's not flat. I mean, our space agency shows us all the time how round it is. I don't buy it. I mean, they're going to such great lengths too. Like, why would they make so much of this fake footage to show everybody? They must really be into this whole flat Earth nonsense. I accidentally came across this on the Library of Congress's website, and this makes so much sense to me. I've never seen this. You guys might have already seen this, but this is a square and stationary Earth map done by a professor in the 1800s. It makes total sense of the four angels at the four corners of the Earth. It has our circular, flat, stationary Earth. It has the Polaris, North Pole, and then the...
So I'm trying to work this out. Is this satire about the flat Earth, or satire about something else? And what was the point of that Chinese? I'm sure some of you people in the viewing audience can set me right on this, as I haven't got the time to work this one out.
And this can be interpreted as the donut Earth or the Taurus field. And this would make sense of Drake's bowl. And this would tie into the Bible verses about the potter and the potter's wheel. And this would tie into the signet rings, which if you don't know, they're rings that stamp patterns into clay or wax. And this makes sense of the ice wall. And this makes sense of the pouring out of the bowls at the end. They're probably pouring out giant bowls into our giant bowl. Scientists attribute the equatorial bulge to the rotation of the Earth, but the simple answer for this would just be that the sun is directly over those parts, so it's warmer and it expands, making the sea level slightly higher. TikTok, this is satire for entertainment purposes only. Schmassa knows about the water.
So is she serious about that? The sun is over the centre of the Earth, expands it, makes it wider? I mean, so I'm having trouble working out if this is a joke or what she's saying is trying to make out like it's real.
Kids DIY science kits. This one's from Nat Geo, and they partnered with Schmassa to make this science magic kit. So I'm reading the instructions of the experiments, and this one is waterproof wonders. And basically you make your own aerogel, which is hydrophobic, so it makes things waterproof and like repels water. And there's a little did you know thing that has a picture of the rover. It says NASA has used aerogel to protect the Mars rover's electric components from super cold temperatures on the red planet. So they're waterproofing the Mars rover to protect it from the cold. This is revelation of the method to little kids. This is satire for entertainment purposes only.
It really is a beautiful.
Well, how was any of that relevant to if the Earth is a globe or flat? I don't know. Never mind. Maybe some of you can figure this out.
I mean, Trump does a really good job, but there's definitely something off about him. Do you notice anything about this hat? Turn your phone upside down. Yes, this is like an official hat that they wear casually. Kind of looks like a goat's head, right? With horns and an upside down pentagram. looks identical.
No, this crazy business. Can't stand it. What's this?
This man wrote a book called Project Mars. In this book, it was about how we created a civilization on Mars, and the leader of this civilization was the Elon. So this guy has been a chess piece on the board for a very long time. They're just now starting to really move him. Same with this guy. This man on his deathbed told his secretary that...
Yeah, okay, so what's that got to do with the shape of the Earth? Not much. Just some unfounded conspiracy rubbish.
Hey, anybody else make the connections and get that cold vibration about homeboy right here who came up with that Antarctica experiment? Yeah, he's telling you who he gets down with.
Hey, there's Will. Hey, Will.
The Flat Earth map dates back over 1,000 years. This map is credited to being created by a Persian astronomer. His name was Al-Biruni, and he lived between 973 AD to 1048 AD. It's the official map of the United Nations and also the United States Geological Survey. It used to be present in many...
What about the Al-Biruni method for determining the radius of the Earth? How does that fit in here?
And an Antarctic Treaty in 1959. Here you see it with Admiral Byrd. This map has been restored by Dmitry from Russia with suggestions of mine, Eddie Alenkar. Known by my YouTube channel Flat Earth Benjo, I asked Dmitry to include the Bermuda Triangle and Point Nemo, a place deep in the Pacific where NASA buries rockets.
I did manage to get this restored Gleason's map. It's pretty good, actually. But it's still proven wrong. But as a piece of artwork, it's not too bad. The restoration was very good. This guy obviously has some talent, wasted on the flat Earth as usual. Many people waste their talents on the flat Earth. If they only use them for good, wouldn't the world be a marvellous place? Right, well, I think the rest is just advertisements or advertisements or however you want to say it. Okay, so that'll be it for today then. I didn't see anything in there that might make me think that NASA fakes anything or that the Earth might be flat. Sort of like, I'm looking for kind of evidence like measurements, scientific experiments, not a lot of mumbo-jumbo that was made up by somebody in the beginning and then copied by all the other flatties and conspiracy theorists. Do your own experiment kind of things like I do. I do experiments. Well, anyway, thank you, everybody. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you tomorrow.